You've got your third driving test coming up. Yes, the third one. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a chat about what you can do to pass it. So, it's your third driving test. It's coming up soon. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next month, it could be in 6 to 8 weeks' time. And you failed your first two, obviously. I don't think lots of people understand the pressure you're under sometimes when you don't pass, because the ones who pass, fantastic, we're happy for them, I'm happy for them, you're happy for them, you know, that's what they want to do, everyone wants to pass. But when you don't pass, there's a lot of pressure, whether it's from family, friends, or just pressure on yourself, put it on yourself. And you've got to try and get rid of that pressure yourself and just let it put to one side. But when people talk to you, oh, you should be passing by now, you've had 40 or 50 hours or whatever many hours you're going to do, they don't realise that everyone's different, because they've done it in 20 hours or 25 hours, or they passed first time, or their instructor's fantastic, you should go with them, all this sort of stuff you're hearing. I suppose when these people say these things to you, like, oh, you should be passed by now, and this could be your parents, it could be your partner, it could be your friends, I don't think they're doing it intentionally to put you under pressure. It's just that they don't understand that everyone's different, you know, and the fact that it could be you're a really good driver. You're just having bad luck on the test. You're having something completely unusual happen that completely throws you and you freak out about it, you know, not intentionally. You just never seen it before. Some unusual stuff happens in front of you. Or it could be the fact that it's just the nerves of the day. First few minutes, you're actually really nervous. And it just affects your driving to the point where you just can't concentrate. You can't control the clutch. You're forgetting what gear you're in, all these silly little things. And you can have loads of mock tests. You can have countless lessons, but the experience of the driving test is what you need. Now, me personally, I understand why they cut the driving test short because of COVID, because obviously they don't want you in the car. But because, just say for instance, your second driving test, you failed in the first 5-10 minutes because of doing something silly, either it be nerves causing it, or you just didn't know enough information to do a manoeuvre or a certain junction, you just took it, you rushed it. And before you know it, you're back at the test centre, aren't you? And the downside of that is you haven't got the experience of a full driving test. Where a couple of years ago, what they would do is they'll keep you on that driving test route for 40 minutes so you get a full experience, and when you get back to test centre, if you've not passed, they'll say to you, well, you didn't pass it first couple of minutes. After that, you kind of settle down and you've done a couple of little mistakes here and there. But you've had the full test route, so you've had that full experience of 40 minutes being with an examiner and being under pressure for 40 minutes, so you get used to it. But when you fail in the first 5 minutes, it's a sickener, because you've worked hard. And the nerves possibly has got the better of you on that day. Now, if you are nervous, I'll link below into a video that I've done on driving test nerves, and I'll put a link also if you want to do some reading on driving test nerves. That might help you. That might help. Or it could be just an experience that you need more lessons. But I suppose what I'm trying to say is that when you come to your third driving test, try and learn from the experience from this first two. And if you're unlucky enough that you failed in the first few minutes, that's just, you know, you just got to work with that one and just kind of accept it and just kind of move on and say to yourself, right, okay, I didn't last long in the first test or second test, but I've had 10-20 minutes experience on the driving test, and that's going to help me from the third driving test. And there are people who are saying to me things like, good luck, you know you can do it this time. They mean well, all right, and you just got to, when you're in that test in the car with the examiner, you just be focused about what you want to do, drive sensibly, and just remember, keep an eye on your speeds, know what you're doing, have a look ahead of you as far as you can, keep an eye on what's happening behind you with your rear view mirror, and all these things that you know what to do, they'll help you to stay focused. But there's going to be times when you're driving along and you feel like it's a nice straight road, not a lot to do. Well, keep yourself focused, because if you don't, you're going to switch off. So if you've got nothing to do for 30 seconds or so, because it's a nice clear road, there's nothing behind you, keep an eye on what's happening, keep an eye on ahead, look for side roads, keep an eye on the speed limits, know what you're doing with your speed. So you're always doing something with your eyes. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're just going to just have a little bit of tunnel vision and just switch off for a few seconds, and before you know it, you've made a silly mistake, because the examiner said to you, do a left turn, you've done a left turn, all of a sudden it's packed with cars, and you've really forgot about what you should be doing, which is slowing down. So stay focused. You've took 2 tests, you've got that little bit of experience. You might have done a full test route. If you have, fantastic, but the experience will help you. And remember, try not to tell everyone of your driving test, because it just put more pressure on you, isn't it? And good luck. I hope this helps you. If it does, fantastic. And remember, it's only a driving test.